At Sydney Airport, Australian Border Force officers are questioning a woman returning home from Vietnam. Her passport indicates that while she was away, she made a short trip to Thailand, and officers want to know why.
Thailand?
Yeah.
4 days?
Yeah.
How come?
Yeah.
What for? What did you do in Thailand?
Thailand come 4 days. Vietnam go Vietnam, Thailand, go Thailand 4 day holiday.
Holiday?
Yeah.
Okay, so this woman's arrived on the Vietnam Airlines flight. She went to Vietnam and then went to Thailand, and now she's gone back to Vietnam and then travelled to Sydney, which is a little bit irregular for travel movements. So I need to ascertain whether this woman's went away for holiday purposes or there's something else there.
Money? This one?
No money.
No money?
No,
None at all?
no.
You have job? You work?
The woman explains she is a carer for her sister and that she is on a pension.
How much did it cost? Your holiday? How much money?
Yeah, ticket 2,000.
Ticket 2,000?
Yeah.
Lots. A lot of money.
Officer Alicia needs to determine how the woman could afford to fund her 6-week trip on such little income. And a photo album in her handbag may provide a clue.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Fan.
Boyfriend?
Yes.
Boyfriend? Live in Australia or Thailand?
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah. Fan.
Friend?
Fan.
Boyfriend?
Fan.
Boyfriend, yeah? Did him pay money for your ticket?
No, pay money, eat Thailand.
He paid for you to eat?
Yeah. Hotel.
You paid for the
Yeah,
hotel?
yeah.
But there are concerns her boyfriend's generosity may have had an ulterior motive.
Did he give you stuff to bring to Australia? Did this man
Yeah.
give you drugs? Did he give you any drugs?
In Melbourne, a young Croatian woman who's already spent 3 months holidaying in Australia is returning from a brief trip to New Zealand.
All right, so why are you in Australia today?
I come back because my friends are coming soon.
Okay.
And I will wait them, and then we will see the next plan.
She claims the group of friends intend to travel around Australia for a few months before going on to Bali and Fiji.
So right now you have about 500 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any credit cards?
No.
No. You don't have that much money.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
I was planning just to talk with my mother to send me more money.
But it's not just her lack of funds that is of concern. Officers have information that she may have breached her tourist visa by working illegally when she was last here.
We did have a look at your phone and there were messages relating to work. And specifically, it said that you were working on Chapel Street.
Yeah.
So, firstly, what is that about?
That was opening a pop-up store where I only help. That's not a job. I don't want to work here. I just helped because my friend asked me, can I?
How often did you do that?
Oh, nothing. Maybe 2 days.
2 days.
Before opening, and that's it.
Okay.
But this is considered to be work, and further text messages reveal she intends to do the same on this visit.
I must look for a job. You know, what kind? Waitering. I'm a tourist here, but I need some money. So how long are you in Melbourne for? I will see if I found a good job. Can you tell me about these messages?
Yeah. Okay, that's
This student arriving from China has indicated that he has nothing to declare. But an X-ray image of his bag is showing one large object of concern.
It's organic. I want to have a good look and see what it is. Did you understand all the questions on the card? Okay. So it's something that's come up on the image, so I just want to see what it is. Okay?
And what is discovered inside his suitcase is surprising.
So I've opened up the bag and I found a cooked duck. All right. So can you read question 6?
Meat and duck, fish.
Right. And what did you say?
No.
You said no.
Yeah, I just put it last minute.
You have plenty of time to tell us that you have a duck in your bag. This is a legal document.
Oh,
You can be fined $340 for not declaring that. And there's plenty of information on the card for you to have declared this item in your language. It's very serious.
But this student is determined to get out of paying any penalty for his false declaration.
so can I speak to your...
Yes, I'll call my supervisor. So just wait here.
Did this man
Yeah.
give you drugs? Did he give you any drugs? Did he
Australian
give you
Border Force officers are trying to work out how this woman afforded a 6-week trip to Asia when she lives on the pension and has very little money.
stuff? You pay for your holiday?
Me, money, me,
She claims her holiday was partly funded by her boyfriend, who lives in Vietnam.
The ticket was only Vietnam and back. Then she got to Vietnam. The next day she went to Thailand for 4 days. Then she went back to Vietnam for the rest of the 5 weeks. Just says holiday, but with this bloke.
And it seems the majority of the items in her bag have also been paid for by the man she says is her boyfriend.
Or this? Him?
yep.
Him?
Half. Yep, him, half. Me, half, him, half.
Okay. Him?
Yeah, half.
Half.
Yeah,
Him? Yours?
yeah, half.
Half. Why? Why did you go half with the cream?
Money, half.
Criminals have developed sophisticated methods of concealing narcotics in everyday products. And officers have noticed something unusual about this packet of rice paper that the woman is carrying.
You need to hand it seriously.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty heavy.
A swab test will check for any traces of illegal substances.
So we've had a bit more of a look at your phone, and it says things like, I must look for a job, what kind, waitering, I'm a tourist here, but I need some money.
Australian Border Force officer Yuki believes this Croatian backpacker intends to work illegally if allowed into Australia.
Can you tell me about these messages?
At first, I was thinking about that, but no. I'm not crazy. It's too big risk.
So you were thinking of working?
In that situation, yeah, but because
That was only a month ago. So you're saying that a month ago you were thinking of working, but now you've decided you're not going to work. It's making it really hard for me to believe that you are actually here as a genuine tourist.
Yeah, I know. I didn't come here to work.
All right, so based on the information I've received from you so far, I believe that there may be grounds to cancel your visa. You stated that you have 378 Australian dollars in a Croatian bank account and 60 Australian dollars cash, which is insufficient to fund your holiday plans.
The notice is issued and the woman is given a chance to prepare a response. She will now need to convince immigration of a very good reason as to why she should be allowed to enter Australia and not be returned home on the next flight.
Are you in drugs? Is there drugs in there?
In Sydney, Australian Border Force officers suspect this woman returning from Vietnam may be trying to smuggle in narcotics. And a drug swab from her suspiciously heavy packet of rice paper has just returned a positive result.
It's
come back positive for pseudoephedrine. It's a precursor for the manufacture of ice, and we're seeing a lot more of it coming in and a lot more coming in foodstuffs. So I want to take a closer look at the food items. Some criminals and criminal syndicates try to either impregnate the pseudoephedrine or the ephedrine within food items. Sometimes they make the item completely out of the pseudoephedrine. I've given Justin a piece and tried to grind it down to see if they've impregnated it through it.
Back at the bench, Officer Alicia continues to search the rest of the woman's luggage.
What's in there? What is it? Why? Fish?
Yep.
There is a strong odour coming from the suitcase. The case contains no clothing, just a large amount of seafood. But there is a problem.
It's not frozen.
Yeah.
It's raw. It's raw. That's why I smell.
Her raw seafood could pose a major biosecurity threat.
Feel it. Hang on. It's warm.
No.
But it's what Officer Alicia discovers in the bottom of the bag that makes this situation a lot worse.
I've opened up the bag and I found a cooked duck.
This student arriving from China is trying to avoid a $340 fine after being caught making a false declaration, and has asked to speak to a supervising biosecurity officer.
The passenger had been to Australia on 3 separate occasions, so he would have been fully aware that you must declare any food items, and especially poultry, protecting our poultry industry from avian influenza and Newcastle disease.
And Supervising Officer Denise is unlikely to make an exception.
He's asked to speak to my supervisor.
Yep, no problem. Okay. You had an opportunity to declare it, and you have chosen to say you have no meat and no poultry, so you will be fined $340 today.
Actually, I just forgot because the last.
I'm sorry. You are responsible for everything in your bag. Forgot is not an excuse, I'm sorry. You will be fined $340 today for not declaring poultry. This officer will look after you.
But there is still one more shock in store for this passenger.
And then you can go, but you can't have this item. It'll be destroyed.
All right.
It seems the key message still hasn't got through.
You can't bring any meat items into Australia at all.
Please certify me.
Sorry? Yes, yes. You could be prosecuted for not declaring.
You just destroyed it. Just let me
I will be destroying it. Had you declared it,
okay.
say,
Just
all right,
keep going.
okay. I'll just get you to sign this
At
here.
least the penalty has made an impression.
I cannot bring it into Australia, so but still in $340 fine, so it's quite disappointing.
It's not frozen.
Yeah.
While searching for narcotics, Australian Border Force officers have discovered that this woman's suitcase is full of raw fish, which hasn't been refrigerated during the 10-hour flight from Vietnam.
It's raw. It's raw. That's why I smell.
And Officer Alicia has just made another unpleasant discovery.
Maggot.
And it seems the infested seafood may have been headed for a local restaurant.
What's it for? To eat?
Yeah.
You're gonna eat this?
Pen.
Your friend's gonna eat it?
Yeah, pen. But
They have a hotel?
Yeah.
Shop? Friend's shop?
Soup, yep, soup.
What, cooked Vietnamese food?
Vietnamese soup.
In the examination room, her packet of rice paper, which returned a positive result for traces of illicit substances, is now ready for secondary testing.
So this is a chemical test for precursors. I expect the substance to turn a purpley colour. I've got a blue colour, so to me that's indicating there's no presence of pseudoephedrine.
Although the rice paper gets the all clear, officers still have concerns.
It is very odd to think that an iron scan result would come back positive for ephedrine, so I think we need to look a little bit further with this passenger.
Okay, I'll get you to read this.
This explains.
Officers need to be sure this passenger is not concealing anything on her body.
Okay.
You understand? You consent to the search?
Yep.
There is one place in particular they are interested in. Australian Border Force officers suspect this Croatian backpacker intends to work illegally if she's allowed into the country, and have issued her with an intention to cancel her visa. This is her last chance to convince them otherwise.
And what is your response?
I see what story you see. I'm so emotions and I'm exhausted a little bit. Messages you see that it's not like you think, where I was saying that I need a job because I don't have any money. That's because I spent all of my money, but I realized that I must say that to my mother and that's it. This is a very big experience for me and my life, and Croatia is now in hard time, and it's, you know, we young people just want to find something better. I hope that everything will be okay, because if not, I will lose my hope in better future. And that's it. Whatever you decide, I will respect that.
She now faces an anxious wait to see if her desperate plea is enough to allow her to enter Australia.
I'm sorry.
This woman, who is travelling home from a short trip to Vietnam, is being frisk searched for any possible concealments.
With your hat, do you have any? You don't? Do you mind if I look? Okay, that's fine. And nothing in your hair at all?
Nothing in your hair?
No? Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Yep.
The search is complete, and officers are now confident she is not bringing anything illegal into the country. But there is still the matter of the infested seafood, and biosecurity officer Taz has been called in.
Hi. There's maggots in the bag.
Okay, it's all gone. So everything it's contaminated, so everything will have to be... Yep. Okay, so because of the live infestation in the suitcase,
Yep.
contaminate all the food items that she has, so it will have to be destroyed.
The passenger is now free to go, but her luggage will be 32 kilograms lighter as her suitcase and all its contents are seized.
Bye. Bye-bye.
In Melbourne, a decision has been reached about the possible cancellation of this Croatian woman's tourist visa.
Right, so I wish to inform you that based on all the information you gave me and all the evidence I have made a decision to cancel your visa, okay? As your visa has been cancelled, you have been refused immigration clearance. You are also detained and you will be removed from Australia as an unlawful non-citizen, depending on when
Why did you do that? I didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything.
All right, so...
I don't understand. Please tell me why.
So based on all the reasons that you gave me, I have found that you are a non-genuine visitor to Australia. Or if you are here as a tourist, that you may also need to work possibly to supplement your holiday.
No, but everything is... Oh my God, because I don't have credit card, you tell me that I don't have money for pay my everything.
See, but that's not the only reason. It's the fact that right now you don't have enough funds or a credit card. It's also the messages on your phone. It's the fact that the last time...
But that's not a proof. Where is your proof that I was working?
Okay,
Or where is your proof? Where is anything? Anything?
also
Okay, I know that you can't change that, but I don't understand.
So what we're going to do now is we'll talk to the airline and we'll see when your flight is.
Can somebody go with me just to pack my things?
Possibly one of your friends can bring you your things, but we can't let you go there.
Oh my God, why did you do that to me? I didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything. And I have money, I have everything. Everything. I don't want to listen to that shit.
Officers often encounter emotional people in desperate situations. But their decisions need to be based on Australia's strict immigration laws.
Ultimately, based on the evidence that I found on her phone and the information that she has told me, I believe that she's not a genuine tourist to Australia.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
Border Force officers have stopped a Chinese national arriving off a flight from Hong Kong, as they need to know a few more details about her trip.
Look at this one.
She's a single traveller here staying in a hotel. She can't really explain what she's going to do. We're just trying to find out her story and what she's actually doing here.
Did you pay for your air flight to come to Australia?
I buy.
You buy?
I buy.
The woman speaks limited English, but she's carrying a detailed itinerary for 1 month in Australia. Officers closely inspect her travel documents and soon notice some inconsistencies.
There's a contradiction. Her passenger card on arrival says she's staying for 14 days. She's actually got ticketing for 28 days.
The woman says she has to return to China sooner than she had originally intended.
Why do you need to leave Australia early? You have planned your holiday.
I have many jobs.
Many jobs?
Need finish. I can't stay too long.
But officers are curious as to why the woman hasn't changed her return flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will change my flight date.
Okay.
I must change my flight. I forgot.
It's unusual that she's changed her travel plans. It's not unusual in that she said she needs to get back to work, but I just don't understand why she'd take all that time to book a whole month's holiday with all her bookings, different hotels, and then cancel them.
This passenger's story just doesn't add up. So a full baggage search will now be carried out to make sure she is not attempting to bring anything illegal into the country. Biosecurity officers are concerned that this highly agitated passenger may be concealing something in his luggage.
We're just running his bags to the X-ray today, and I can see that we already need to open up his bags and have a look. There's a lot of organic material here. Brought our attention that he keeps moving his water bottle around, so we'll be having a closer look in his water bottle. It could be something. So stop. Put your bag here. Okay. Yes, you're speaking fine. Okay, just wait. Give me that bottle, please. Thank you. Okay, just, yes, it's okay. Just stay calm, stay calm.
Officer Andrea now wants to check with the man about his declaration card, but she's having trouble getting the nervous traveller to pay attention.
Sir, you need to listen to, sir. You need to calm down, sir. What are you looking for? Okay, so... No phone. Sir, no telephone.
Where?
Sir, no telephone. Excuse me, no... Sir, excuse me. Sir, I'm talking to you. No telephone. No phone, sir. Okay. We'll have to call, I'm going to get the AFP. No telephone, okay? No, you're understanding me, okay? I need you to concentrate here, please. This is Chinese. Chinese, yeah? Okay.
The man finally decides to concentrate on the task at hand, so Officer Andrea now needs to confirm that he has nothing to declare.
Do you have anything to declare? You're pointing to cigarettes and alcohol. So he's indicating to me that he's got cigarettes, and I think that might be a bit of the nervous behaviour today. However, I'm not really concerned about the cigarettes. For me, it's what our biosecurity risk is. So you need to open your bag. Open.
Biosecurity have noticed that the man seems very reluctant to allow them to inspect his water bottle. So, with alarm bells ringing, that is exactly what Officer Andrea does first.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Australian Border Force officers are about to interview this young passenger who is returning from South Korea on a student visa. But they are surprised when a routine bag search reveals that he is carrying a large amount of undeclared cigarettes.
We found that you have 3,400 cigarettes in your possession.
International passengers carrying more than 50 cigarettes must declare them so the duty can be paid.
So why did you import this quantity?
Australian cigarette is a little bit expensive for me, so I bring.
It may still end up costing him, but for now the cigarettes will be held elsewhere while officers' attention turns to the student visa, which the man is travelling on. Border Force have information which indicates his enrolment was cancelled prior to him leaving Australia.
Our records indicate that he's not enrolled in any course of study at the moment. So we just need to establish if there's any intention to re-enroll, and we'll take it from there.
Officer Munir will question the passenger to determine if he is in breach of his student visa conditions.
What's the purpose of your travel to Australia today?
For studying.
How long are you planning on staying in Australia?
It's one year.
Departmental records indicate that your last confirmation of enrollment for a Certificate 3 in business was cancelled by your education provider due to unsatisfactory course progress. Have you made any arrangements to re-enroll in a course of study?
In the arrivals hall, Border Force officers are questioning the reason why this Chinese passenger has booked and then cancelled a detailed itinerary before arriving in Australia.
She is now saying she's only going to stay here 2 weeks instead of a month.
The woman claims she is a chairman's assistant and that her plans have unexpectedly changed due to work commitments back in China. But officers are not entirely convinced.
Leave it, I'll do it, it's okay, leave it. Leave it here.
Her belongings will now be closely inspected to make sure she is not attempting to smuggle anything illegal into the country.
Who's this?
Oh my.
She becomes increasingly agitated by the routine search.
Mine. It's mine.
It's yours.
Yeah, it's mine. It's all mine.
Keep your voice down, no need to scream.
Officer Bill now locates some very unusual bottles of liquid.
That goes in your hair.
Yeah.
A swab is taken from the liquid leaking from the bottles. This test will indicate if there are any traces of narcotics on the passenger's belongings. The investigation must now be stepped up.
What's this for?
Hi.
Did you buy this from China? Where did you buy this one from?
China. This is China.
From China?
Yeah, this is China.
Border Force officers are well aware that drug syndicates have developed sophisticated methods of suspending narcotics in liquid. So the bottles will now be taken to an examination room for secondary testing, while the passenger is further questioned.
Have you come in contact with any drugs? Have you taken any drugs? Any drugs? No drugs?
No.
No, no, no.
Okay. Any trouble with the police?
No, 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 no. No.
A sample of the liquid will now be identified in a first defender test and help officers determine if the passenger is telling them the truth. After visiting his parents in South Korea, this young man says that he is returning for his 4th year of study in Australia.
What was the name of the course?
It's business college, certificate 4.
Border Force officers have obtained information that indicates the man has stopped attending classes and had his enrolment cancelled before he left Australia.
Have you made any arrangements to re-enroll in a course of study?
아직 없습니다.
With no current enrolment, he is in breach of his student visa conditions. But the man says he intends to enroll in a new course once he enters the country.
And what's the name of the course that you're planning to enroll in?
Diploma.
I'm thinking of diploma for at the same institution.
Is it also business, sir?
Yes.
Do you carry any funds for the purpose of paying tuition fees?
학비를 지금 가지고 있진
I don't
않은데.
have the funds with me, but my parents, they are going to lend me.
Are you able to show us any proof of those funds?
How much do I need to show for?
It depends on the course you are planning to enroll in.
I can prove this a few days later. So now I have no enough money, but.
But today you cannot show any proof of your funds?
Yes, I can't.
Officer Munir suspends the interview to discuss the case with his supervisor. And it's not looking good for the passenger.
I mean, he's a student, but yet he's got no enrolment. He's got no school. He's got no plans for any school. He doesn't even know what a course. And he's absolutely got no money to study as well.
This student is going to need to come up with a very good reason as to why he should not be sent back home to South Korea on the first available flight. Biosecurity officers are concerned that this passenger from China may be carrying prohibited items.
Oh, wow. In the water bottle, he's got concealment of seeds. This is why when this gentleman presented to us today, he was very, very protected of the water bottle. He's clearly putting seeds in the bottle. So to me, it's an indication that he's trying to bring him into the country without declaring him, without us knowing. These are seeds for actually sowing. The whole water container is actually filled with seeds.
Seeds for sowing are high risk as they can contain pests and diseases which could be a critical threat to Australia's agricultural industry.
Put your phone away or I'm going to call the police. You need to calm down, okay? You need to calm down.
And, judging by the man's nervous behaviour, it could be just the beginning.
He's very agitated, moving things around. He's not paying attention to me. Stop, so please stop, okay? You let me do it, okay? Please don't touch. Stop, no. His hands at the moment are trembling. He's almost breaking out into a perspiration. So, yeah, there you go, look, there's some more. Are they more seeds?
It's for sowing.
It's for sowing, okay.
Officers are increasingly concerned about what they'll find next.
We just got to make sure that there's no actual live plant material or anything else that is of high biosecurity risk for us here today.
And when Officer Andrea opens a packet of tea, she discovers another prohibited concealment.
Oh, what's this? It's tobacco. That's tobacco.
Yeah, that's concealed, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's in a tea packer.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't normally package tobacco in a tea packer, and it clearly is an indication of tea, but as you can see
It's
inside,
concealed, yeah.
and it's not a processed form of tobacco.
No, no.
So he obviously knows it's been,
Yes, we'll
it's been
get
caught out
customs as
today.
well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Officers continue to find the smuggled tobacco all throughout his luggage.
Here we go. Look at this. Ready? There you go.
Oh, another one.
Here's some more here.
As the goods pile up, the man's stress increases.
He's starting to perspire now and he seems to be very agitated, but I think because he's been caught out today, it's not going to look very good for him at the end.
And now some full cigarette packets have been found on the ground, right near the man's feet.
Hello, these yours? Why were they on the ground?
Officers suspect he's tried to discard them to avoid being caught. And when identical packets are found in his case, it's confirmed.
Oh, look at this, another packet. No.
It is a huge haul of undeclared and prohibited items. But now, something has gone missing.
Where's the cigarettes? Come back. Where's the cigarettes that were here? Cigarette. Chris, come back for a minute, please. Where's the cigarette? You took the cigarette from here.
It has come to my attention that there appeared to be a ground for cancellation of your visa.
Australian Border Force officers have issued this South Korean man, returning for his 4th year of study, with a notice of intention to consider cancelling his visa.
I can find no evidence that you are currently enrolled in a registered course of study, nor do you have a current letter of offer.
It appears that he is in breach of a number of his student visa conditions, but he is given a final chance to plead his case.
Is there any degree of hardship that would result from the cancellation of your visa?
아주 큽니다.
Very big hardship.
Can you please describe this hardship?
아버지는 많은 기대를 하고 있습니다.
I have spent 3 years in Australia for my purpose, and my parents who sent me to Australia for my study are expecting a very good result from my study for my future.
예, 그게 답니다.
That's all.
At this stage, I'll have to suspend the interview to prepare my decision.
The young man now faces an anxious wait, while officers decide if he is allowed to continue his studies in Australia.
Huh? Have you taken any drugs? Any drugs? No drugs?
No.
Okay. Any trouble with the police?
No.
This woman says she has come to Australia for a 2-week holiday. But Border Force officers are concerned she may be attempting to smuggle narcotics into the country.
We did an iron scan test on some of the goods from the passenger's bag, and it came back positive for cocaine. But we're going to do another test with the first offender and see what we get with that.
The woman claims the bottle contains hair products, and this test will give a clear indication if she is telling the truth.
Just done a further test on the liquid, and it's come back as negative.
Border Force officers have completed their thorough investigation and are now satisfied that the woman is not concealing narcotics. The relieved passenger is now free to enjoy her holiday.
So we've cleared her bags, there's nothing in the bags. Sometimes you get false positives, hair products will react as cocaine.
Where's the cigarette? You took the cigarette from here.
Biosecurity officers have confiscated a large amount of undeclared cigarettes from this man. But now, some of the cigarettes appear to have gone missing.
You know what? Can we get a body search done on him? He's very agitated, very nervy, very jumpy.
After explaining the procedure to the passenger, Australian Border Force officers proceed with the frisk search.
Oh, that is the packet that he took off the barrier. I knew there was another packet and he took it.
Another one.
The missing cigarettes have been located, and the frisk search fails to find anything else on the man's body. Officer Andrea must now decide his penalty.
He's given me no option but to issue an infringement notice. Bordering on what I was going to fine, it could have ended up being a prosecution for this passenger. It is going to be a $360 fine today.
With the prohibited goods confiscated, he's also issued with an additional fine for the undeclared tobacco.
So you need to sign there, please.
He's now free to enter Australia, minus the seeds and tobacco. After having his college enrolment cancelled due to poor attendance, Australian Border Force officers are now weighing up whether this young man should be allowed to enter the country on his student visa.
He did actually indicate in his response, so my parents expect good results. So the expectations of parents is that he will get good results. So there is going to be some emotional hardship there for him to have to tell his parents that he can't graduate and that he's wasted the last 3 years of his life here in Australia, because that is going to be an emotional hardship for him.
After carefully considering all of the evidence, a decision has been made.
After weighing up all the information available to me, I was satisfied that the grounds for cancelling your visa outweighed the reasons for not cancelling. As your visa has been cancelled, you will be refused immigration clearance. You will also be detained and removed from Australia as an unlawful non-citizen.
So the passenger will now be returning home to South Korea, without a diploma and with a lot of explaining to do to his parents.